Hello everyone, welcome back to 70s and 80s Talk. I often do pick and mix reviews on this channel, and that is what I'm going to do now. And it's a Bryan Adams pick and mix. Because I was thinking, do I pick a particular album? But then I just thought, at the time when I wrote this review, I was just listening to that much Bryan Adams. I just thought, I'm just going to review everything I've been listening to. And it varies in age-wise of when it was released. And I'll talk about that as I do the review. But Bryan Adams, he's an absolute gem from the 80s. And not just the 80s, he's just continuously released good music and changed with the times and done it very well. I mean, I love loads of his stuff from the 90s, for example. So, I'm literally just going to jump into the review. So, 1984, One Night Love Affair. A real kick to the start of this song. It's easy to sing along to straight away. It's got a really good beat to it. That he does is a classic Bryan Adams thing he does. Lyrically, it's brilliant. The bass is quite obvious actually as well. The overall sound just works very well. Sometimes life... What on earth have I wrote there? Sometimes life I'm not fair, you can say that. Yeah, sometimes life is not fair. Yeah, you can say that again, Bryan. Yeah, definitely. The week I've had this week. So the next one is Summer of 69. It's his biggest song. I'm sorry, but it is. It's his biggest song. This is one of those ones, classic 80s songs that everybody knows, everybody sings along to, gets played at parties. Yeah. 1984. Now I've wrote here that it's his biggest hit, but actually it depends how you define a biggest hit, and I've talked about this before, especially in modern times because things become more popular with time in some cases. But it is an absolute 80s classic, no doubt about that. I know this song off by heart. I love to sing it. It gives you such a good feeling, this song, when you listen to it and when you sing to it. Lyrically, it rhymes very well, which always makes a great song. The elevations in Bryan's vocals are fantastic. I feel like a lot of Bryan's hits are perfect. Like I can't like fault anything. I can't say this should have been, that shouldn't have been there, which I often can because I am quite picky. I'm reviewing these songs. But a lot of these I'm like, yeah, perfect. Can't say anything that I'd change. Or any ways that I could think it could be better. 200 million hits on YouTube. But actually Heaven has 317 million. So again, it really does differ in how you would define an artist's greatest hits. You can't just do it off back in the day. You have to look at things like modern times, like YouTube and Spotify and things like that. But I think kind of, I don't know if society is the right word to use, it is his biggest hit. Like household name, household song, it's definitely this one. So Heaven is the next one I'm going to talk about. 317 million views on YouTube, like I just said. 1985, best year of the 80s for music, if you ask me. The guitar at the beginning. Another one I know off by heart. It's a beautiful song. There isn't even a build in this song. It just kicks into that chorus, and I love that. Another one that is just great to sing along to. It's perfect. The bits of guitar here, the cymbals, the simple beat that runs throughout the song, it works so well. The lyrics which actually have actual meaning, which in modern music just lacks a lot. I mean, there is artists which do good songs with good lyrics, but overall it's lacking in this era of music. The next one, we are jumping to the 90s. I'm literally going to go back 90s, 80s, 1980s. So it's 1991 and it's Everything I Do It For You. 16 weeks at number 1. Again, how you define somebody's greatest hit. This could be a different way you would define it. It is actually a record that of a single that was being at number 1 for a certain consecutive number of weeks. It's a record. So this song, I remember the video vividly as a kid, as a lot of them do, you know. I just grew up watching 80s music videos. Robin Hood, if you're a Bryan Adams fan, you get that. It's a stunning song. Actually, what I didn't realise when I was doing this review was how much songs he's released that have just been great, and actually how prominent of an artist he has been throughout all my life. I didn't realise that. Like when I talk about my favourite artists, I talk about things like Whitesnake and Survivor and Iron Maiden and Def Leppard. Bryan Adams never really comes to mind, but actually he's up there with them, actually, of how many songs I know of his and how much of my time in my life I've actually spent listening to him. I mean, when I was at college, there was one of his greatest hits albums. I used to listen to it all the time. And that's how I actually learnt a lot more of these 90s songs, actually, from that album. With this song, though, it's almost in two parts, which I really love about that. There's a more quickened part with more of an oomph to it, which rises everything. It rises the whole song just because it rises in that particular part. And it also just elevates how you feel when you listen to the song. I've always said that if you listen to a song and it doesn't make you feel anything, then what's the point? And when you think the song has ended, we go into this mirage of sound with some vocals in there and sound variations. And I'm waiting for that bit of guitar which comes. What a song. We're going back to the 80s, 1984, Run to You. This one makes me smile because years ago, I made a video of a combination of videos that I had filmed throughout the year, and one of them involved this show that I was obsessed with. It was a Bigfoot show, and the music I put to the background of it was this song. So every time I listen to it, I think of that, and it's just quite funny. Anyhow, it's got a good beat to it. You've got that squealing guitar in there. The pace quickens to the chorus. It actually amazes me how Bryan can raise his voice, yet still keep that iconic raspy tone that we all know and love. Really is one of a kind, Bryan Adams. He's up there for unique voices, definitely. I mean, the 80s were full of them. That's why it was such a great era of music. But definitely he's one of them that were really unique, that nobody really sounds like him. Yeah, I wrote there that, I mean, the 80s were full of them, which I just said, but there are some particular diamonds in there, and Bryan is a diamond. The next one is probably my favourite Bryan Adams song at the moment. 1983. It's Kutz Like a Knife. Definitely a one that you want to listen to with headphones on. I had not heard this in years. I totally forgot about it until I did this review. And it does really make you think how many hits he's had in such a short period of time. Like, I mean, modern artists now, they'll release something and then there'll be like nothing for maybe like 5 years later, or just nothing at all. But he was just releasing them again and again and again. The lyrics are great, his voice as well, the absolute tune. It does remind me of his other song, Night to Remember, though, actually. He's so young in the music video, though. I would have definitely been a fangirl of Bryan Adams back in the 80s. The guitar just keeps coming, it just keeps giving. Then we drop into that chorus so casually, which is a very cool way to do that. The music video, though. If anyone has watched Van Helsing on Netflix, that scene where Muhammad is in the pool with Sam. Basically, I was literally watching the music video and thinking, is that the same pool? I mean, in film they use the same sets and stuff even years later, so you never know. People are probably thinking, what on earth I'm talking about if you've never watched Van Helsing on Netflix. Would I recommend it? I mean, it gets worse as the series go on. You may end up a bit traumatised. The next one is 1991, going back to the 90s again. Can't Stop This Thing We Started Again. Lyrics are easy to sing along to. Remember, they rhyme very well. It's quite a fun song. The music video is an interesting one too. Is this one where he's wearing eyeliner? I think it is. Or guy liner, you call it. The guitar solo is nice. Next one is Somebody, 1984. What a tune. To create banger after banger after banger, that which is what he did for decades, like literally. What a legend. Where he literally sings, I need somebody. That bit, brilliant. I was like literally every time I listen to this, bopping your head along, my foot's tapping away for the last half an hour. Yeah, because just when I was listening to all these songs, and that's a good song. Yeah, oh my god, that's when I wrote this. That was that long ago. So I've literally wrote, the clocks have just gone forward and it's currently 2:30, but so what? Sounds about right. I'm trying so hard to not just shout the words out, yeah. wake the whole house up singing Bryan Adams. There's a lush bit of guitar solo in there. Just when you think it can't get any better, it does this song. 1996, heading towards the year 2000 here. I still wasn't born then though. I was 97. The only thing that looks good on me. This was on the Greatest Hits album that I had on my iPod that I was just talking about. And this is one of the songs I really used to listen to so many times, walking down those corridors, just wanting to be in a different place because I absolutely hated doing A levels. If you're doing A levels at the moment, honestly, just keep going. It'll be over soon. That guitar is very groovy in this. Definitely moving into a different sound with Bryan, sort of, with this one. Cloud number 9, 1998. I'd have been 1. Another one of those off that album, that Greatest Hits album that I've listened to. It's more modern sounding compared to his 80s stuff, but then you have that iconic Bryan Adams voice in there. And a lot of artists struggle to do that. They struggle to move with the times. But Bryan, no, he's done it fab. He has. It's a bit repetitive, a bit, but I don't care because it's a bloody brilliant song at the end of the day. It just makes you like you're in this world of dream, like I don't even know, which is cloud number 9, so quite appropriate. So yeah, that's it. That is my pick and mix review of Bryan Adams songs. I may end up reviewing an album in particular. If you want me to review any albums in particular, then please just let me know in the comments and I will do so. So thank you for watching everyone. Please subscribe my channel. Bye bye.